Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
AKA Patterns. Here it is. Happy Monday. Last of Us Season 2, HBO Max, setting the internet on fire. And I had to do a good amount of research and just catching up on why are people flipping out? And is it even worth discussing? Is it just the internet being the internet? What we have here with the streaming services, it's not just a series. It's not just a mini series. These are long form theatrical experiences. This is the new cinema. The Last of Us Season 1 and Season 2 shocked me. It subverted my expectations. Isn't that wild? I thought things were going to pivot in one way. I thought once we had one revelation, I could predict the next, and the series would unfold. At every single turn, I didn't know what the next move for this show was going to be. And moving into Season 3, I still don't know. But I had to do all the research. I had to learn about the game, because this is based on the video game, and learn about a little bit of the lore of the controversy. And it's wild, because I heard things about Last of Us being a disappointment before watching the show at all. I really just watched the show because I wanted to see those cordyceps, the zombies. I just wanted to see what they looked like and how they were used. It was just like real curiosity. And I kind of wanted to get a tad bit more into Pedro Pascal, because Pascal he's got Fantastic Four coming, and I don't know if it's accurate, but I saw a couple memes about Pedro Pascal. I call him Pascal. If we're getting like a fatigue from him, because he's an it guy, and he's in here's the thing, Pedro's in movies high and low. Isn't that wild? He's not just in big movies. He's in big budget and low budget movies. He's in streaming shows. His character lives, his character dies. Some of his characters don't take off their helmet. Like, all that stuff, right? Like, this guy is an actor. He just, you can kind of see he just wants to perform. But people are obsessed with his public persona, which to me seems performative. And then the other big part of this show that to me is just shocking. It's funny, it's shocking, is Bella Ramsey. For some reason, whatever this girl does for this show is just not good enough for a segment of the internet. And when they say she's annoying, it's funny when you hear that, when there's like this outcry and people are like, well, she's not this character, she's not Ellie, she's annoying. Bella Ramsey is annoying when she plays the role of Ellie. Is Bella Ramsey that annoying in person? Probably not. I mean, she could be, but what do I care? So she's an actor. I'm not really sure pronoun wise. I don't want to be mean. I just don't know. But she's performing, and then people react to her performance. So the big hoopla when this video game came out was, so Last of Us, because I really like, I have it up here. I had to do research, because you don't know everything. I know it's shocking for me to say I don't know everything, right? 2013, The Last of Us. So it was made by a video game company called Naughty Dog, and I remember them, like, did they do Ratchet and Clank and Crash Bandicoot potentially. See, Naughty Dog. Do we have to look up Naughty Dog? So we go all the way back to 2013. And it would be nice if I could just get a free... Here we go. List of games. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, okay, and Jackson Dexter. Wow, I didn't realize that Jackson Dexter went from 2001 to 2005 with 4 games. Oh, and they did Uncharted. Wow. So Uncharted becomes a big movie. Last of Us becomes the biggest streaming show like ever. Wow, and Uncharted has 4 games, 5 games. Where's Jackson Dexter? How come if they're pipelined a little bit, being the Hollywood it guys themselves, we need a Crash Bandicoot cartoon. We need a Jackson and Dex cartoon. Wow, didn't realize that. And then, so 2013 happens, and I remember like this game has shockwaves. It definitely did. So then we fast forward 7 years. It takes 7 years to get the sequel. 2020, Last of Us Part 2. And I guess this is where, like, this is during COVID. This is myself becoming aware of some of this, because I was spending a little bit more time on YouTube, on the internet, learning about things like Gamergate. That's a whole other controversy. That's a wild one too, by the way. But I remember too, like, so people just didn't like this Abby character because she had muscular arms. But Abby is also, like, I didn't know at the time, like, Abby is she's just like this fierce warrior. She's like a Conan the Barbarian. She's got like giant arms, tough looking face. Still hot, by the way. So the video game, as what happens with the show, and people even criticize that they're breaking up the second video game into multiple seasons for the TV show. I think they said Last of Us will be 4 seasons. I guess the first game, the 2013, was season 1 of the show. And the game comes out, and we have this shifting of narration, and on a large scale with tens of, probably hundreds of millions of dollars in play. And it's weird to me when I have to look at stories that way, because I just want to sit down and talk to you guys about the narratives. But the game shifts from, Joel and who's the other girl? Joel and Ellie. And then it becomes a show about Abby, because Abby's hunting down Joel over him basically killing a hospital's like worth of people. Like, so Abby's coming from the perspective of, like, you killed all of these people. One of them was my father, and they were actually doctors, and you're a cold-blooded murderer. And in a lot of sense, Abby's like, you're on Abby's side. But within season 2 of this show, we're like on Abby's side, we're on Ellie's side. We feel sorry for Joel. Joel dies in the most horrific way. And then a lot of these other characters around Ellie die. And the show ends. The whole season ends with a focus on Abby. As, they're building up this, like, military in Seattle. So I had to watch, like, cutscenes from the game, and I had to watch a couple YouTube videos to summarize what happens in the game. So I know what happens, like, throughout the end now, but what I just don't understand why we're not giving credit to the 2 minds behind this game. Who the hell are they? Well, directors Bruce Starley and Neil Druckmann. These 2 guys give us a story that goes in one direction, literally goes in one direction, and they flip it. And it's not a story about the apocalyptic world or the fungus that's taking people over. It's almost like the human element of this story is so powerful and so interesting. You just don't care. For them to say, we're going to take this story of a guy and a girl that they find, they go on a quest, and essentially they find utopia. They find a place to live when the world is destroyed. And we're going to take it, and it becomes like a small trek, a small moment. But then these things that happen in this moment, we're going to show you a different position. We're going to show you this from multiple angles. Like I view that as so intelligent. I view that as ballsy. I view it as tough, because you have to be tough to want to do this. You have a success with the 2013, and the people just wanted you to continue it, and the storyteller in you wants to shock people. You want. I just view this as the perfect way to subvert expectations. But people went crazy. They really went wild for Abby being a little bit of a tough girl. Joel dying, other characters dying, and then the focus becoming like the Abby show. And what we get at the end is what we would expect, because we think we're in this like revenge versus it's almost like these two girls, which I think it's fun to talk about two girls kind of going at it in the post-apocalyptic environment. We're not just talking about two guys. We've seen a lot of that, but there's plenty of guys anyway. But like just having two girls trading revenge arcs, and then like what happens at the end. The revenge cannot run all the way down, because you're kind of sick of it by that point. So in my view, they have a perfect ending for this. And here's the wild thing, aka Patters. Everything I'm telling you, I'm the one on the fringes with this. I'm the fringer, which is also equally wild to me. I don't know, aka Patters. I enjoyed season 2. I really did. I think it's a good story. It's a great story. I give credit to committing to it. I give credit to HBO, Max, Warner Brothers, Discovery, all those guys, but sticking to what happened in the game. They're doing a true adaptation. I think it's entertaining, and if entertainment sometimes make us scream at the TV, scream at the actors on stage, I think it's doing its job. All right, AK Powders, happy Monday. We got a busy week coming. I did watch a little bit of a show note. I did watch Mission Impossible 2 again, so we will discuss that again. All right, guys, I love you. Be on the lookout for that episode. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.